Cool, we are live here. Let me just check the see if we're actually going live. Seems that we are live. Yes, we are. Cool. Well, welcome to another good episode here. USFL presents the Owner's Box, the only live talk show, PS4 Madden League, where we discuss games of the weeks, direct coach talking, things that are happening, transitions, rules, everything that's happening in the league. So far, since we launched the show about a couple, last week, I think, the league's been on fire. Guys have really been stepping up their game. We just started launching something called Helmet to Helmet. That will probably change the name up, but it's like we get a face-off in between game of the week. I'm joined here today by a coach here who had a game of the week that we didn't get a chance to do a face-off before the game, but everybody in the league definitely knew it was the game of the week. Two of the top AFC teams faced off, the Jets and then the Patriots. I have with me today Strawn, the Pats owner, who actually won that game where everybody had the Jets ranked number 1 in the AFC. And kind of ranked him like 3 or 4, which is surprising, even though he got a deep run in the playoffs. And ended up beating the Jets pretty bad last week, if I say so myself. Welcome to the show, good sir.
What's going on, man?
How you doing? I see you got your Patriots gear on. Add a little bit more sauce to that that you handed to the Jets.
Absolutely. Gotta rep them every time I can.
Yeah, man. You want to talk? Let's talk about that. The strategies that you've had. First of all, let's talk about the disappointing loss you had to him in the playoffs last year. How much of that carried over for you this year, and what moves have you made since that loss in the playoffs?
It was all defense. I bulked up my defense, and from the last episode, yes, I did go over the trade cap. So I get it. They can discipline me however they need to. I definitely went up and over that. Wasn't paying attention to that, but I went and made the moves that I needed to do to make my team better. Both
Yeah,
defensive, couple plays offensively.
yeah, you made some great moves, man. Let us know that all the moves that you made, even though they were a couple of them over the trading limit. I know you got a Wagner, and who else did you get?
I got Bobby Wagner. I got draft picks so I can help the future. Just make my team better going forward. I still have Dion Lewis, who's killing it rushing. Brandon Cooks is the top 3 receiver behind Mr. Julio Jones.
Hey.
But hey, it is what it is, and I changed a lot of different things. I've become more relaxed in the pocket, passing with Brady.
I didn't know you were doing this. Sorry.
That's all good. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Using new tools. Created my own playbook this year. And it seems to be working offensively. Bringing out some new styles.
Yeah, I seen that. Your offense does seem to be more high powered than last year. For sure that your defense has definitely stepped it up. I think the Bobby Wagner trade was huge. I mean, he's older. I think he's like 30 now, but his ratings are still sky high. He's still a great user player. I think it was a good move. It definitely, I see the difference in Seattle's defense, whether he doesn't want to admit it or not. That move was a crucial move for him. Even the loss of Earl Thomas and some other things.
I mean, having
I think right now,
with Wagner beside him, and then Landon Roberts on one side and Coney Ely on the other in a 3-4, which is what I primarily use on and go from there.
Yeah, because I think last year you didn't have the linebackers that really supported the 3-4 like you do this year.
No,
Yeah.
Definitely not. I didn't have that second linebacker that has that efficiency.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think that's where Cletus ate you up in the middle of the field last year in the playoffs. Yeah. Yep. This year you are currently, I think, 5-1.
5-0.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Don't mean to disrespect you. It's not that many undefeated. Myself, it's myself, you, and the Redskins, right? I think we're only undefeated teams left.
That's it.
Yeah. So that was that's definitely an accomplishment, man. Congratulations on that for you so far. Again,
thank you.
A lot of people didn't even have you ranked in the top 3. I know myself. I gave Cletus the AFC because he's normally this is his 3rd year, but it's Ty always counted you in to be in the top of the AFC. So I definitely give him credit for doing that. He always said that. Knowing that you lost to him last year and didn't get a chance to face him this year, what was your strategy going into it this year? Did you even go back and look at that game, or try to switch things up, or did the show from last week help you get an understanding?
I went completely different. I knew he likes to run. I know he likes to run hard. So keeping it in a zone mainly, reading off of that, sending obsolete blitzes different ways, controlling my safety helps a lot. So that way he doesn't get those short passes, those short in routes or the drag routes. So I can come up and bury on those. When I watch those deep passes, I have fast enough corners that can stick with them. Gilmore, Butler, they stay with his fast receivers. He just couldn't stop Cooks for the first 4 plays. I think that's the first 4 passes were to Cooks. Couldn't stop him. Then I broke out some runs. Dion Lewis had 184 yards rushing. My rookie quarterback got a 1-yard TD score. So I mean, just different things, using different players and different personnel in different situations.
Yeah, that's impressive, man. To have 184 yards on that defensive line. He has a great defensive line. He's a very hard, high zone, high hitting safety and strong safety. So for Cooks to be able to dominate that deep in the field, have them type of numbers and not get hit and drop the ball is totally impressive. I think you actually called 6 turnovers that game, correct?
That I did. That is true.
How many interceptions? How many fumbles? Do you know?
4 interceptions, 2 fumbles. My 2-year safety, who I primarily control, he got 2. Coleman got 1. Gilmore got 1.
Nice. And I think the Jags, him playing the Jags last week, actually I don't want to say exposed Cletus, but it actually opened up. A lot of people got to see where his weaknesses was. And to me, I think his only weakness really right now offense is his quarterback. I think once you apply the pressure to that quarterback, and when he does that scramble and throw, and he can't really make them throws. I know he was still feeling a certain type of way with that 1-yard QB sneak that he failed into in the Jacksonville game. We'll touch on that in a second. We've just been joined by the other undefeated owner here, the Redskins, Mayor Wiley. We'll touch base with you, sir, in a minute. I just want to ask the Pat some questions here. How do you see your schedule panning out for the rest of the season? Do you think that was the hardest game you'll have the rest of the season?
No, I see my schedule getting harder come week 12. Week 12, I start hitting guys like Wap, you, Ty. I see Cletus again. And then down the end there, I have Bill at the Steelers, the last game of the season.
You have a lot of the top users. Yeah, you have a lot of the top users here in this from week 12 on to the end of the season.
Yep.
So for you, I guess you would have to have a great run here early in the stretch. So where a couple of them games won.
Yeah, I need to keep that streak alive so I can maintain my #1 spot in the East.
Yeah. So currently, I think you are at #1 in the AFC, right? Yeah. That's funny again because a lot of people did not have you up there. So now we have to mention your name currently as #1 in the AFC. Are you I mean, you can't really make any moves. So
nope.
Have you, with the trades and stuff that you've done, how critical is this season for you to win? I think the moves you made have made your team now a must-win this season team versus trying to be. I mean, you're past the building stage at this point. You have to win. I guess this season has to be a win for you.
It has
you made these power moves.
It has to be a win, but I do have first-round picks that I've acquired from other teams. So I do have some picks this year and coming in and picks next year that I can still build a little bit, but not as because I know I'm going to lose any trading ability probably for next season.
Okay.
But I still have some capable pieces.
Now,
I think
anybody not looking to sign back with this team so far? Are you looking?
right now, Tom Brady is on that short list.
Stop it, man. Tom Brady's like 50. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm hoping he retires so I don't have to issue. Do I sign him for 15 million or do I let him go?
you let that man go. You let that man go. I mean, 15 million. It depends. I think it depends on what you
But
guys
it's a
do
one
this
and
year.
done season. Chances are it's him. It's a 1 year deal because it's all he's asking. Do I sign him or do I let him go? He's the only one on my list that's right now is do I sign or let it go?
Yeah, I agree.
He has
That's a
been
tough.
absolutely accurate this season.
Yeah. How's are there any good? I mean, any young quarterbacks coming up in this draft?
I do have the rookie Trato. He went 3 for 3 in the game against Cletus. One with a rushing touchdown, one passing touchdown. I've been throwing him in there in a certain formation. He
Okay.
does have speed and he does have throwing power. Um, he statistically he is phenomenal. He just needs to be built up a little bit. He is really built like Cam Newton.
Well, that's a bold statement.
He 87 speed, 88 throwing power, um 76 for deep and medium accuracy. So it's very possible that I can build him to be that option quarterback that I can use with Dion Lewis and James White in the backfield
Yeah.
and build on that.
But anything past the short pass, you're now leaving it up to Madden to determine where that ball is going to be placed with that
Pretty
70.
much right now, that's the key. But
Yeah.
he's a superstar development rookie, and I get him in games so I can get his experience up a little bit, so that way it comes through.
I
He
get
does
it.
see
No,
a
I
lot
get
of
it.
practice.
I think you have a tough decision to make at the end of the season. You for sure have to figure out that Tom Brady issue. Again, he's going on like 45. I don't know if you had the retire package active or whatever, to keep him to stay. I wish you good luck on that.
I mean, there's a couple really that are on here. Jacoby Brissett's on there. Malcolm Mitchell, Landon Roberts, Joe Tooney. The guys that can do some damage.
So what about? Well, I forgot you already traded Gronk, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Gronk is gone.
Yeah, okay.
And where did you send Gronkowski?
I sent him to Detroit for a first round pick.
I know because I played against him.
Did he
Yeah,
do anything?
I mean,
Do anything to Detroit?
Oh, I mean, he wasn't no problem to me, but somebody else, he might be a problem.
yeah,
Gronk is Gronk. He's a big boy in the middle, but I can't utilize that in my scheme.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think he
like
lost some
He
speed too,
had
didn't
about
he?
catches a season for the first 2 years, and I'm like, what am I doing with this guy?
he's the perfect jump ball tight end, like receiver tight end in the red zone.
Right.
Yeah, but other than that, he just. I mean,
He's
that goes for
too
all tight
slow.
ends. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a big boy, but he's slow. You get a Bobby Wagner or Dante Hightower or Landon Roberts. These guys have speed. They can cover that guy. You play an over under on him, and he's covered.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he had his days. I think he had his great Madden days and things like that. I think you ended up benefiting the best out of that trade. I don't know how much you took on a cap penalty. I don't think the Lions are gonna be high up in the season in the NFC. So I think that trade actually worked out in your benefit.
Yeah.
I'd like to welcome Will. How you doing, sir? I see the Redskins are also 5-0. You and I talk about it. I mean, you spoke on it. You know, you have an easy schedule, according to Daddy League strength of schedule.
Don't let the numbers lie to you.
Huh?
Don't let the numbers lie to you, man.
When you say numbers, what is? Well, I mean, if that's the case, then you do have an easy schedule according to Daddy League. If numbers lie, if numbers don't lie. I watched the game, man, against the Eagles. I've seen some things. I've seen some impressive things. I think your running back is pretty good. I think you sent me to play, right, for him?
Yeah.
Like a play that I want to probably show for, like, play of the season. Strong. I think you had a good user pick that I'm gonna probably show. And I think 2 other people sent me some other plays, so I'll definitely review those later here before the show is over. You want to talk about this trade that you made recently, man, with the Bengals and how you acquired that?
Yeah. Just so people don't know, John Ross, he's part of Redskin Nation now. I finally shipped Jameson out of Washington for a first and a fourth, and that's everybody. I helped him. He's in rebuilding mode right now, so I just helped him.
Do you mean to tell me you gave up the receiver, a first and a fourth, and that's all it took? Oh, and we have time. That's all it took?
Yeah. What do you mean that's all it took? I mean, what do you mean by that?
I mean, 2 picks and a receiver. I mean, I would have did that. Bengals should hit me up, man.
I gave up a 93, 94 of our receiver, a first round pick, and a fourth.
Listen, man, I'd have gave up Julio.
But John Ross, man, he can't catch.
It's all right. Speed is, I'm on that Al Davis stuff. Speed kills. I'd like to welcome good friend and brother to the show, the co-host Ty. What's up with you, man?
What's going on, man? Just doing a multitude of things, man. Celebrating a birthday, jailbreaking a fire stick.
Oh, man, happy birthday, man. A jailbreaking a fire stick, that's light, man. You should just call my phone. I could have walked you through that in 10 minutes.
No, I'm knocking it out in the background, man. I didn't have to work once.
Cool. Well,
it's nice to see you in the work back room.
Yeah, right. Exactly, right. I'm in that dusty trailer, man.
Yeah, I know. We got Pat's here, man. We talked about his Cletus, his win over Cletus, him being undefeated still in the AFC. I told him that you gave him props, and you actually ranked him higher than most other people did in the AFC.
I told you in the beginning of the season, man. That first season was like, okay, I see you, Strong. When he did it again, I'm like, nah, that's legit, man. That wasn't a fluke. That wasn't lucky. And that first season he did it, he had Candy to bang heads with too. So at that point in time, you had to recognize that Mr. Strong arrived.
Yeah, he's been playing. Very good football
with some real help on my defense. That defense.
Hey, Strong. I don't know about that choice of hat that you're wearing. I don't know if you can see the hat I'm wearing, but I got your kryptonite right here, man.
Oh, here we go.
Guess what? It's not going to stop. My defense is stronger than your offense.
Yeah. He actually
going to score more points than your offense.
It's funny, Ty, he actually plays all 3 of us at the end of the season. So we all 3 of us actually get a chance to face off with the Pats and see what they're doing over there in the AFC. You actually had, I think you guys are winning you and Will are winning the vote for game of the week. He did speak earlier in the season and said that the first game of the week will be the only win that you'll actually get. We are now in the week 6. You guys have played. He's made some moves. Beefed up his team. How do you see this game panning out, man? He's undefeated. I mean, you don't have nothing to lose, so you might as well just play your heart out, and I know you will. What can we expect from this week 7 face-off between you?
The same thing that happens every single time I play WAP, and we've played now probably about 10 times between all the other Madden seasons. It's real simple. WAP's going to look to keep you honest by running the ball. If you play him tight, he's going to go over top. If you don't play him tight, he's going to out-route you to death. So it's a pick your poison, and it's real simple. If you can hold your water and contain them deep shots, you can be in the game. If you can't contain them deep shots, it's going to be 40 to 14 real quick, and you're going to be like, damn. And then the double whammy on that is he's got really good users out in the field, so it's not like you're going to throw your way back into that game because he's all over the field. So you just got to keep it close. You got to keep it tight. You got to eliminate the deep shots. And what I see is what I always see. It's going to be a close game. Wap's going to get his picks out in the field. He's going to take his shots. He'll probably get 1 or 2. If I can do a good job on containing them, it should be a tight game.
Cool.
Not real happy with how I'm playing right now, but it's funny. I was talking to Cletus and Bone, and they're taking L's too. I've been telling the commissioners for a while now in the chat that I feel that the patches affect the gameplay somewhat. There's a lot of 50 and 60 spots being put up. These pancake blocks, to where you really can't contain the run. It's making it tough. So I haven't been able to adjust yet to life after that patch. So that's where I'm at. And I know Cletus and Boone and some others I've talked to, they're struggling. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really looked at the patch notes. But I have watched some games, and the pancake block to me is 50-50. I've seen guys come out and dollar and dime against two running backs, 2 receiver, 1 tight end set, or a 1-3-1. And the way that this Madden is working out and how it's built, you're supposed to get pancake. You can't run it. You're not supposed to be able to run a dime when that's such a hard, heavy, strong run formation. So that's not, to me, that's not game patch. That's just how the mechanics are built this year.
And I agree with that, except the problem is I don't run a subset, and I get pancaked routinely out of strong heavy sets like 5-2, 4-3, and 4-4. That's my problem, and that's after the patch.
Yeah, I gotta look at your lines. I mean, yeah, it's some variables that also playing that. Strength.
Well,
weight.
Look at the line. Snacks Harrison's in the middle.
Yeah.
JPP's on one other side, and Vernon. Don't look at the Giants this year and how they're playing. Look at their stats on Madden. There's no way a line with Pierre Paul, Vernon, and Snacks should get ran over in a run-heavy set routinely.
Oh yeah, you got to know something too. If you come out and if you pass commit and somebody run, it's gonna automatic do pancakes. Like that's a glitch in Madden.
Yeah, it's a penalty. It's a penalty for that. You now have a penalty for pass committing and thinking you're gonna stop the run.
See, and I think that WAP's exactly 100% right. But once again, that didn't take place till after the patch, because I'll be 100% honest with you. Going back to last Madden, I pass commit on every single play. I don't care if it's a run or not. But prior to the patch, you wasn't penalized for it. So I said, the other thing I noticed is that you don't get pancaked in man. It's when you play zone. So if you're playing a cover 2, cover 3, you get pancaked. And if you pass commit, you get pancaked. So adjusting to life after that is where I'm stuck right now.
Okay. Well, I haven't had the issue. I know that Pat's strong. He just ran 184 on Cletus. I've seen Will put up some numbers. I have yet to give up 100 yards rushing this season. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, a lot of people are saying that. We'll see. I'm not disagreeing with it at all. I think definitely some things have happened in the patch. It hasn't affected me as of yet. Strong, who do you have this week?
I got Miami.
Okay, I don't really know that much about Miami, but I think that's for sure. That's a win for you. Ty, you Pats over Miami?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just played Miami, and I shouldn't have played that game when I did, but I did. But yeah, it should be a win. He's gonna run 85% of the game, literally. I think he's gonna throw maybe 6 passes that entire game. He's going to play real safe on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, he plays good defense. He plays a weird hybrid style defense that he disguises really well, but it's not impenetrable to crack. I see Strong taking that.
Okay. Will, let's talk about your strategy here going into this game of the week with Ty. You said he was going to win one game. Is this the one game that he wins, or does he win, if he makes it to the playoffs? Is that the one game that he wins?
I think this might be it. I think that first game, if he didn't win that first game, I had to say it, but that might be it for the rest of the Madden. He might not be no more Madden. So,
damn.
So you're saying to me right now that his only chance was the first week, and he didn't take advantage of that. So now he will no longer beat you this Madden?
Unless, my quarterback just start overthrowing routes and, the flip of the coin happened, I should win this game. I should have put up 40 again.
And Ty's defense has been giving up a lot of yards, a lot of points, a lot. And then which is uncharacteristic for his defense.
Yeah.
How do you feel like where your defense is currently? but you're still able to make this playoff push, like midway here through the season or the first quarter of the season?
I don't. Excuse me. I don't see a playoff push because I'm not able to put the time in on the game that I want to put in. So when you got something broken and you can't like work it out because it's busy for me at work, that's a double whammy because you know it's broken, but you can't fix it, and you're just steady going into games with the same thing broken and broken and broken. So I don't see a playoff push, but like the way I feel about it, honestly, like every and anybody should be confident. So I don't have no problem with anything what I'm saying. I don't know how much of that is I'm confident and how much of that is I'm foolish. I just don't know how, with the amount of games we play together and how close they always are, to where he can just feel like there's just no way he's gonna lose to me. Like that, just like I don't know how much of that is braggadocio and it sounds good for the camera, or if he really believes that in his head. But I just don't know. Like if we played and it was consistently like 56-10 type stuff, I get it. When we play 3 and 4 point games on a regular basis, which means it could go either way, I'm not sure how you come to that conclusion.
I mean, I didn't say how much you was gonna put up. I just said I was gonna put up 40.
Oh no, you're right. What you stated, hey, that's that's it. Like if we play like 8 more times, he's never. That's like Strong saying that to Cletus. Like it's gonna sound, but your divisional opponents know each other inside out and play each other well. Like I think I'm the only person that gave you a game so far this entire season.
Well, yeah, we talked about he has a cake schedule, a tasty cake schedule.
Hey man.
But I mean, he didn't make the schedule. He just has to win on it.
You're right.
So, Sean, let me ask you this, man. We asked all the people who have been AFC guests here. Now that you're currently number one, where do you rank the AFC? How do you rank it?
It's a lot stronger this year than in years past. I did switch out of New England for 2 years. I was in Cincinnati 1 year, and then I went to Jacksonville last year before I came back to New England. Just because Cletus was kicking my ass up and down the game. Wanted a chance to try and at least get in the playoffs. And I said, you know what? If I can't beat him this year, I shouldn't be playing this game anymore.
Well, so where do you rank? Give me the top 5 teams or the top 5, teams right now in your opinion.
Top 5.
Yeah, in your opinion. Don't regardless of schedule. Who do you rank top 5 right now?
Cletus is still number 1,
even though you beat him.
Even I've beaten him 3 out of 5 times this year, or 3 out of 6.
Okay, that's honest and humble.
So Cletus is still number 1. I'll take number 2. Chiefs is 3, Raiders 4, and Bills 5.
Now, Chiefs. Oh, I would think Chiefs or Raiders.
No Jaguars in the mix?
Yes, you've been telling him. He's always been, Mark, I've been beating my brother. You need to watch my game. Stop ranking him over me. You know what I mean? So
Jaguars I haven't played in a while. So I can't even comment on that yet.
Okay. Hey, so that's all right. Cletus first, you second. Chiefs, Raiders, and Bill.
Yep.
That for sure is going to start some controversy. I know the Jags will not let that slide.
Wait, he made the playoffs. He made the playoffs?
No, this is his first year back. He was the Bears last year. He actually won a Super Bowl last year as the Bears, but
I'm talking about Bill.
Bill's made the playoffs, but he's admitted that a lot of his wins were CPU wins, and that's how he made it. But he's consistent with the AFC. But this to me is his first season tested with all users and some solid players in that division. Will, let me ask you, how do you rank the NFC currently right now?
I'm gonna say me first.
Yeah, I figured the hate would come. Go ahead, that's fine.
Now you know how it feels there. Now you know how it feels.
I love
now you know how it feels.
I'm gonna say me first.
Mm-hmm.
Then Seahawks. Then you. Then I'm forgetting somebody.
Paya?
I'm forgetting. Yeah, I'm gonna say Paya. Paya, and then I mean that's really about it. Unless there's a secret fifth, fifth, that's really about it.
So I'm curious, how do you rate Seahawks over me?
I mean, Mark, you know how it is, Mark. Between us,
I understand. Sis, I understand. I think he would probably put you second and then me third. I get it. I mean, you guys, just y'all know what it is. Y'all know who just it's all good.
I tell you what I enjoy about this segment. Gates is getting to taste his own medicine, and he don't like that shit. But he did. That's what I enjoy about this. We get out. It's all about me. I'm the best. I'm clearly number one.
No, I didn't say that.
Gates is getting that shit right now, and he's like, hold, wait a second.
But as he said earlier, numbers don't lie, bro. I mean, this year I've been playing hard. I've been balling. You've been balling. There's only 3 undefeated teams left. Three of us are on the screen right now. So, listen, it's cool. It's cool with me.
So,
I see the boys in the playoffs.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to toot your own horn, man.
Yeah, only 4 games matter to me, man. Wild card, the divisional, the conference championship, and the Super Bowl. Those are only 4 games I'm focused on. These 17 weeks are relevant to me.
I will say this in terms of both. I'll jump back to Strong in the AFC. Just the way I tooted Strong's horn, I'm telling all you guys right now, watch out for Cleveland. I've been saying it since the preseason. This guy he's not active in the chat. He just comes in and asks to play his games. And every time he plays, that dude puts up 50 or 60 points and he goes away until his next game. He's low-key.
Watch out. His points for right now are 204 to his points against the 79.
Watch out for Cleveland. And in the NFC, low-key, you know what? I would say this. Order-wise, I would say WAP is 1. I would say Gates is 2 currently. I would say Boone and Paya are right there for 3. That's a pick 'em. I think low-key, a lot wasn't said about the Saints and someone upsetting Boone. That kind of really went.
I was going to talk about it.
That went like, hey, this dude tied me last season when I was a playoff team, and he beat Boone. So there's some potential right there. I did have a question for Strong, though, that I've been wanting to ask that I think is going to benefit a lot of people in the league. Strong, last Madden, unfortunately, it wasn't your Madden. I'm not sure you even had a winning record any of the seasons. You made a drastic jump, and I talked about this with WAP, but you made a drastic jump from knocking on the door to perennial playoff powerhouse, and I'm real interested in what you would say led to that, because there's a lot of teams that's in that mix. Like if you look at Texans, if you look at Fat Frank on the Chargers, if you look at Doc, there's those perennial teams. I'm trying to remember what Rogues. I remember you and Rogues used to commiserate all the last Madden. Maybe the same for me. Maybe I should quit. Rogues did quitting. But something happened with you from 17 to 18 to where you went from worst to first, in a sense. What was it?
What it is actually when I actually coach football too. I coach youth football. And this year I was seeing things differently. I saw things from a different perspective. And doing it in game is the exact same thing I did on the sidelines coaching. Taking a different point of view on what's going on the field and what's going on in front of me to see what I'm doing wrong before it happens.
How would you
just this last game against Jets, against Cletus? I think he sacked me 3 times, but I came up in the pocket because I'm seeing the pocket crumble. I came up in the pocket and made a bullet pass to Cooks. He ended up dropping it. He was wide open and got hit. But instead of taking a sack, I'm stepping up. I'm seeing things quicker. It's happening faster, and I'm seeing it and recognizing it.
Would you say like that's just due to practice and repetition? Because I guess what I'm trying to get to is, if you're somebody that's been teetering on that edge and you want to make that transition, like what can they do to get to that next level?
They need
turn it around.
Well, they need to see things a little bit quicker. Some people will focus on one side of the field, not focus on the other when passing. they'll do their check reads, but they're not reading. They're focusing on one guy and they're not looking where the passes are going. And then they see the guy, he's open, but it's too late. He's getting sacked. So it's in-game preparation. You need to take on blitzes all the time. And that's what I was doing. I was doing 5-man or 6-man blitzes in practice mode to create the repetition in my head to watch it and see the out route, to see this route, or look at the defense differently. Know your reads. I mean, I think the second play of the game, I saw that Cletus had no one covering Cooks on a 5-wide front. I just said Cooks on a streak and a touchdown. So it's those things that you got to notice when you're as a player on offense. Some guys don't do it well. Some guys do it really well. I know Gates does it really well. I've seen that. I've seen you do it well, Ty.
Yeah, Ty does it. WAP does. I think a lot of us guys do it. I think you really hit on the key, Strong. I've watched, and I want you guys also talk about these last 2 weeks. The week 5 was like a crazy week in the league. A couple upsets. But when you said reading, like reading, it's something simple. Like reading is fundamental. That concept always comes to my mind because people aren't really reading the field. I think guys who usually win consistently, we're scanning the field left to right, right to left, just in a couple of seconds. We're scanning. We already know depending on what plays we pick, we already know who the first, second, and third read are before we even hike the ball. We make those adjustments. I've watched a lot of games these last 2 weeks, and I'm looking at the screen like guys are wide open, but people aren't hitting them. They're not hitting them. Or by the time they go to hit them, they take that coverage sack. But it's like, yo, he was open 5 yards down the field, especially like on them C routes. Like they wait for the C route, like, in a cover 2, if you hike the ball, he can break in the middle. He's open on just that streak right there. You can hit him right there in that seam, but people always wait for that outer break. But he's been open that whole time.
Right.
Yeah, and I think yeah, like that's a really big key, and I'm glad you said that because I noticed that. Ty, how do you feel about that, Ty? About as far as going as reading the field and your receivers and your players is.
There's definitely merit to it. I think there's a lot of different things. I mean, to me, honestly, if I had to break down anybody, including me, the biggest probably hurdle to overcome is turnovers. I told this to Texans at work the other day. I said, let's look at something, right? So in the course of a 4-quarter game with 8-minute quarters, let's say on offense, you're going to get the ball 10 times for the entire game. If you throw 4 picks, your opponent now has the ball 14 times to your 10. And if 4 of those times you got picked, you in the red zone, let's say you took off 20 points off the board and you gave somebody like, let's say, Mayor Wop 4 more possessions. I don't care how stout your D is. You're at a severe disadvantage. So the reading that you guys are talking about is key to that. The other thing to counteract that, though, you also, to me, really have to pay attention to the user. Like, I'll give you an example with WAP. One of the things that I think WAP does so well that's challenging for me, and it's only the elite people I've played that I see this, is WAP will confuse you because WAP will jump on an immediate read. So you look off that guy and you look to peel off to somebody else. But WAP really baited you, and you do this really well, Gates. You'll follow somebody at a certain point and jump off. So initially, this guy looks open. You make the read, and next thing you know, Kendricks is going back the reverse way, and you throw a pick, and at the end of the game, you got 4 picks, and people are looking at you like, Ty, what happened? And it's like, I actually didn't make bad reads as much as he had good user. And there's a difference in I threw to somebody that was double covered, and this guy jumped the route last minute and made a great play.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's a combination of things. That's why I try to tell people, stay away from them. Just stay. Just stay away. If like, say, for example, a person like Whopper, yourself, or myself, or Strong Cletus, you guys are on the right side of the field, set up something on the left. Just stay totally away, or force that user to make a choice. Does he bite down on a lower check down, or does he let somebody get back on him? That's But then, like you say, Ty, we jumped up, we bait that. We bait that so hard. You thinking he's open, and we hope, he's looking open, but it's all a setup. So it's a combination of things.
You know what's funny?
Exactly. I've been doing that lately.
The funny thing, and I thought about this, but it would be really hard to train my mind to do it differently, is a guy like Wop or Gates or like you, Cletus, Strong, any of you types of guys, what I should actually train my mind to do is stay with the first read. I don't care if you are on that read because I know you're going to jump off of it and peel off. But it's a mind trick because it's like I see you on that dude, but I know you're going to peel off. Actually psych you guys out in reverse and stick with that guy because you're going to jump off of him and he's going to wind up being open. It's just that's hard to do.
Yeah, if you wait that 2 more seconds, you'll notice we leave them every time. We leave them every time. You just wait it out. 2 more seconds. Yeah. But yeah, it's a mind trick. It's all for sure. It's a mind trick. That's funny. Let's talk about week 5 real quick, man. Some of the upsets. Ty, you brought up one. Saints beating the Seahawks. The Jags and the Jets were a really good game. Cletus was sick over that QB sneak that failed.
Yeah.
And then stopped 2 more times after that.
QB bad this year. They're not good. The guy just falls down instead of diving forward and lunging. I don't run QB sneaks at all this year because of that.
And the quarterback doesn't put the ball forward. He puts it like on the back behind his side, so the ball never crosses the plane. Me and Cletus watched that video a bunch of times. We laughed. What were some other key wins? I think the Chargers beat somebody that we weren't expecting.
They beat the Raiders pretty good. Pretty good, but I'm not surprised there because they go back and forth. They're in division.
Yeah. Who else?
Seattle put up 55 on Arizona.
You did, right?
Seattle put up 55 on Champ.
Yeah, that's because he lost to the Saints the previous week. So he was like, ready to unleash his anger out on somebody.
Yeah, he had to redeem himself.
Yeah, he had to redeem himself. He for sure had to redeem himself. Will, I wanted to talk to you, man. Well, I noticed something again in this game that I watched you play, and anybody who also plays in the rest of the season, do not press this man. Do not baseline press this man. He is going to throw to Ross, and he's going to throw to Perriman first. Let's just get that out the way. I'm gonna expose you right now. He's going to throw it to Perriman first.
Yep.
Do not press Perriman. Do not press him.
Luck.
Yeah, do not press him. Do not leave them guys on an island by themselves. I've noticed you do it. I've noticed who else does it? Somebody else also takes a shot. Paya now. Since he has gotten Tyreek Hill. Whoever plays him for the rest of the season.
Just now, he's always done it. But
I mean, now he has that guy.
Yeah. It can be stopped.
Yeah, I got 3 of those guys. You guys gotta figure out which one to cover.
I mean, people with the speed guys, they're gonna do one or two things. They're gonna look to take a deep shot over the top, like Gates said, or Gates does this, Wop does it, and Potty does it. They're gonna find a crosser play, shot play, where you got them speed dudes on them weird bended kind of routes that go way across the field to where you gotta pick between 2 or 3 of them going across the middle, and because of that speed, they're going to get that separation, and they're going to hit you on the right side of the field and find 1 or 2 or 3 of those routes on the right side when they bend over. It's one of those 2 plays they're going to go to.
Yeah, but I've noticed these guys. Are like, and they kept the Eagles kept pressing them, I'm like, dude, you stop. Pressing. Like, he's throwing it every time. Like, I watched him do it 3 touchdowns in a row. He's like, I'm gonna throw this one to Perryman. I'm going to throw this one to Ross. Oh, and I'm going to throw this one to Perryman. I watched Paya, shoot Tyreek Hill, just straight across the field, deep bombs. I'm like, when do you adjust? When do you adjust? When do you cross safety that man? When do you do something? You have to be able to adjust, man. And it's been hilarious to watch. I'm like, these guys in these trades, man, you guys are really taking advantage of these trades. I can't get a trade. I didn't offer everybody. I still can't get a trade.
You're a Super Bowl winner, man. I know what happened.
Hey, he tried to get me to fight on Julio, which just wasn't happening.
Well, you are.
And then he tried to, and then he wanted to get Cooks, and I was like, really? You think I'm going to let that go?
I mean, you asked for something crazy. You want a Julio, 3 picks, and Freeman. I'm like, come on.
Hey, listen. You want the best, you gotta give up something.
Yeah,
I'm going for the jugular for it. You want it, you're gonna pay for it.
No, I definitely understand. Can we talk about real quick? Can we talk about players of the year so far? Who you guys feel are like the best defensive players right now playing, and then who are the best offensive players right now?
You mean the players, like the owner, coaches, or you mean like
No. Like guys like you, like the actual players. Like for example, I think defensively, Earl Thomas for the Jags has been huge.
I think
He's had like 8 for 2 games. Huh?
I think Eric Kendricks for WAP.
I mean, yeah, it's him and Buchanan.
No, but he uses Kendricks, and he makes a lot of plays with him. Paya makes a lot of plays with Josh Jones. Like, I don't know that Paya gets the credit for his user. He's another one with that top level user. I mean, going back to what you just said about WAP, and here's why I feel it's not a matter of, now I'm gonna keep it real. The reason why I know for a fact WAP's never gonna have a situation where he beats me all the time is WAP and Paya don't have no offense. Low key, I'm gonna keep this 100% real. If they can't hit you on a big shot, they're done. All of their offense comes off those big shot plays. Like, if you can contain that play, because I did it to Paya, I've done it to WAP in the past. If you make them go the duration of the field, they don't really have a short mid passing game. They don't have any. They're going to run the ball to try to open you up and butter you up, and they're going to look to take their deep shots and throw out routes. They don't actually have a mid range offense. If you shut that deep stuff down, they're done. It's going to be a 17-16 game that they can lose. Straight up.
Will?
Oh, well, I'm gonna say about that. I mean,
Okay.
until proven otherwise. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Strong. Who you think is playing good again? Who you think is playing good on the AFC guys? I mean, you got Wagner. He is now. He's in. To me, I think he's your MVP on your team.
Wagner or Klein on my defense. Those two guys have been phenomenal. Ulrich for the Jets. That's his user guy. Yeah. He's absolutely phenomenal with him in the middle of the field. I haven't seen any others that stand out defensively other than those 3. Between tackles or user guys, those guys are just always there.
Yeah. What about offensively?
Cooks, obviously. Brady. His Jets quarterback he's having quarterback issues right now.
Yeah, I think the Browns quarterback is dominating. And
Browns quarterback and
his receiver. What's his receiver? Robinson.
I think it's Robinson. Yeah, because he sent Robinson from Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think them two are a nice combo. Who else I'm thinking there's Derek Carr's been playing pretty solid over there in Oakland. I think Oakland has a pretty good offensive scheme. I think majority of that is his defense, but he also has a good scheme. He can put up some points. The Chargers, he's been playing different since he's been on the show. I think where I would have seen him as an easy win on people's schedule, I think now it can go 50-50. I watched his games. He's always a player or two away from making winning the game or being real close. I've been impressed with how the Chargers been playing. Titans been playing pretty good. I don't know all his players, but he's also been playing pretty solid.
I think Bears low key in the NFC has been pretty good under the radar too.
Yeah, and I think the Bears will go as far as Matt Ryan can take them. That's always been my formula, even when I owned them.
And don't forget John Kaiser in Cleveland.
Yeah, Kaiser. Yep, that's his name. The young guy, Kaiser. He's been dominating. He's been playing good. He has a lot of interceptions too, though. If you look at his numbers,
not as many as you think.
Okay, he was leading interceptions, turnovers for a while, but he's been playing good.
He's thrown 5 interceptions this year.
Oh, okay, so that was early on in the season. Then, yeah, he's turned it around all the way around. I think he's definitely playing good. Me and Luck are trying to work it out.
Hey,
the Texans.
That's what I was going to ask you. Shout out to the Texans.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because the Texans reached out to me like, "Yo, you gonna give me my next L?" And I told him like, "Listen, I don't look at nobody as an easy one on my schedule. I'm gonna treat you like you're undefeated and I'm 0. You know what I'm saying? And getting on the field, I noticed, like, I knew Clowney was a problem. And I actually tried to trade him for it. He was putting that up, but he didn't. I was going to advise him not to take that $26 million cap hit. But if he's going to give him to me,
Clowney almost been in Washington. That's all I know.
But I never understood, or I never faced the Texans really. And Clowney and Watt are a problem. They are a serious problem. Clowney was destroying.
He gave a bit of a run at the beginning of week 1. At the very, very beginning, until I was able to stop max protecting against Watt on the right and Clowney on the left.
Yeah, that was the thing that was surprising me. I had to consistently max protect, and then put my linebacker on the left, and then shift my line ID to Mike on Clowney. He was dominating my left tackle, and the fact that he was doing that, it kept coming around. It kept making Andrew Luck under pressure throws, and he was missing wide open targets. And I mean, the shit was uncharacteristic. I was like, yo, I'm about to lose this game right now, because he was like, yo, he couldn't hit a slant route at one point. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I can't put the backup in. I was like, and then I couldn't really run. And I found myself taking them, like you said, so I was taking a lot of them shot plays, not respecting what he was giving me. And I threw 2 pick sixes, just doing, what it was. I'm like, man, then I had let me settle down and just reevaluate it. And then that's what I did. And that's how I won the game. But everybody was shocked. Like, yo, the Texans hung in with you. Like, listen.
I get some crap on that. I'll be the first to admit that one.
Yeah, a lot of people, I was impressed. I'm like, shit, dude, if you can just figure out your offense, you'll be solid, because the defensive line was, Clowney was killing him.
Well, I've been working with that dude a lot, on different things. He just doesn't put enough time into the game. If he gets, but I think he's starting to want to try to do that. I mean, the league is getting him fired up. He knows he's close. He hung with Strong. He hung with you. He knows he's there. He made playoffs last season, but he's got to put the time in.
Yeah, that's what I told him, and that's what I told him. I was like, if you put just a little bit more time in, and we just figure out your offense, man, you'll be like, you're solid, man. It's you're just a couple of players away, but overall, I think he played really great. He was asking me, "Did I take it easy on him?" And I told him, no, the block shed was unreal. I've never seen block shed like that. And my quarterback, I'm sliding to the left. They were doing these reaching sacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still engaged with my lineman, but he's still reaching and pulling Andrew Luck down. I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I'm blocking, I only seen 2, 1 or 2 times. I sent 2 people out, and they still were right there in my face. Clowney jumping over the running back. I'm like, yo, somebody gonna block this guy? It was something I've seen before.
Clowney's his awareness is ridiculous in this game.
Yeah.
For a defensive end. And if he boosts on that and he does the high block shed, Clowney's just going to tear through tackles left and right.
Yeah. And that was the key, Ty. His defensive line was the key. So shout out to the Texans, man, if you're watching. You did a great job. You hung in there. I know if you'd have won, that would have been the topic of this show. No bullshit. Everybody would have reached out to me. It'd have been, a thing. But I actually hung in there. Who do I have this week? I have the Seahawks this week. How do you feel that game's going to turn out?
28-21 you.
What do you think, Ty?
That's tough, because you know what? I don't think Boone is playing his best ball. I noticed this season, Cletus, he and me are not exactly firing, but Boone adjusts really quick, and there's only about 3 or 4 things you do to where it's like, I think you kind of, it's funny, you talk about opening up your playbook. Yeah. I noticed when I watch your games, you're really running only about 5 plays.
Sure.
It's just that shot play is tough.
Sure.
If Boone can lock that play down, it can go either way. I think it's going to be close, like Strong said. You know what? I'm going to get an edge to Boone. I think even though he's not playing his best, I think he's really pumped for this game. I think it means a lot to him. I'm not saying it doesn't mean a lot to you, but I think he's still got Saints on his mind. He wants to redeem himself. I'm going to give him the edge.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna take Boone lightly. I know he's probably watching. I know, we talk about it. I'm gonna stack the box. Hopefully injure Rawls or force Russell Wilson to winning the game. I know he has these 2 young linebackers. I think his secondary soft. We're gonna take them shots. He doesn't have time there.
Actually, you know what, Gates? You reminded me of something. I'm gonna change that pick. I'm gonna go with you because the one thing about you is you and Wop. There's certain people you put a lot of pressure on the other coach because you're gonna put up points. And remembering how Boone likes to play, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I don't know if he needs to put up 30 or 40 real quickly. He can. So I'm gonna go with you.
I appreciate it. I think he can let go Wagner. He's the tools that he had that made the game closer last year. I don't feel like he has this year, so I'm gonna make him earn that respect from me. And for me, the game is so important because WAP is 5-0, and I'm 5-0. I'm trying to keep that number 1 seed. And the way that he's playing, he's very impressive. I mean, it's simple, like you said, Ty. He's just really taking deep shots all day, every day. Like you said, he's running, buttering you up to bring you down close. He really wants to throw the deep ball. Until somebody can stop him, I don't see him really. I don't really see him losing. I think he might really go 16-0. I mean, if you don't win this game, I don't see nobody beating him this season. And I don't play him, so I need to be number 1. So I'm gonna take this game serious. I think it's gonna be a good game. It can go either way, man. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna beat him. It can go either way. For me, the keys is not to throw the ball away. What Strong said, read the field. I'm gonna test this user all the time. That's my thing. I'm gonna test the guy's user. I'm stubborn like that. We'll see. I think it's some other good football as well. Give me some of your other picks for the rest of this week. I know some games have already played. What are you about to give me the Raiders and I think the Raiders and Titans? Who you guys got in that?
I'll take the Raiders.
Ty, what you got? Raiders or Titans?
I'm gonna go Raiders as well. I really want to watch Titans play. He seems like a good guy. I haven't really watched any of his game film. I know what Raiders is gonna do, so because I'm familiar with Raiders, I'm gonna go Raiders. But I want to watch some Titan film, see what he's about.
Okay, cool. Well, it's funny. Me and Boone edged out over you guys over the game of the week. To me, both games are the game of the week. In my opinion, I think both of those are 2 solid good games, definitely between users.
Yeah, I even picked you to the game of the week. I even picked you.
I picked you as well. I mean, I picked that Falcons Seahawks as well.
I picked y'all game actually. So Will, how do you see it? I mean, you since Boone is number 2 and I'm apparently number 3 in the NFC. Who do you got this week?
You.
Right.
But I'm number 3.
But I'm number 3. You see the hate, Ty? You see? They got this from you. Man. They got that from you, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I didn't give my breakdown of the NFC. I would put Boone. I mean, I would put WAP 1. Gates should have defended Super Bowl champ. I got to go with you 2. I would go Boone 3. I'd go Paya 4, and I'd look at Bears or Saints for 5.
Yeah, that's funny. Saints is like my brother, man. Childhood friend. I had to have a conversation about his roster and his team. Elevate that game. A lot of that into the Seattle game. He actually won another game after that. I think he also beat the Titans. He's been playing very good since that talk. So shout out to him. He's not going to take the division from me. So, I don't care how much good ball you're playing. You still got to come to Atlanta. That's just me too, my own horn there. I don't see Strong. Now that he beat Cleveland, I don't think he would probably lose his division. Maybe. I don't see him really. I think that win over Cleveland helped him solidify his top spot in the AFC.
Is Strong still there? I see his mic muted.
I don't know.
I see Watch mic muted too.
No, I'm good.
Strong,
no, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey, Strong, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Is there some bad blood with you and Cletus? Now, let me preface this.
Yes, yes, there is. You don't even have to go any further.
See, yeah, and I'm knowing this because you know what? I noticed Cletus doesn't like to lose, period, right? Period, point blank. I don't care if Cletus lost to the paper boy, he feels away. But for some reason, with you, it's to another level. And I know for a fact he thought that you took some liberties to score inside 2 minutes this last game that he ain't gonna soon forget. So is there some bad blood here with you and Cletus J?
Yes, there is. He was very salty that I scored with under 2 minutes left. Very salty.
I know.
But he's been salty every time I beat his ass. Took a chance, and I really wasn't going for the strike, but my rookie receiver was wide open. So I was like, Brady just threw a dime on him, hit him in the end zone, and I was like, well, that just solidified the game for me. And then he was the text messages back and forth between us after that were quite funny.
They were nice and spirited. They were
very.
Oh man.
Let's talk about the power rankings that the way that the Daddy League real quick has it set up. They have Redskins 1, Cleveland 2, Pats at 3, myself at 4, Packers at 5, Raiders at 6, Jags at 7, 8 is the Jets, 9 are the Seahawks, and 10 are the Chiefs. Opinions on that, fellas?
Yeah, Daddy League know who number 1 is.
I don't believe it or not, I don't, for the most part, have a problem with those rankings. It's rare they get it right, but I think they're kind of close there.
They got it right time around.
Yeah, it seems fair to me. Seems pretty fair to me. Let's just say if the playoffs started today, we would have Pats at number 1, Jags at number 2, Oakland at 3, Browns at 4, Jets at 5, Titans at 6. I think that is a very solid AFC playoff picture right there. A lot of good games. I think that would make Raiders and Titans and Cletus and the Browns would go head to head with Pats and Jacksonville with the bye. If that was to happen, how do you guys see that playing out? The playoffs. Could the Browns beat Cletus, and could the Ravens beat the Titans?
I think the Browns could beat Cletus.
You got it.
Cletus isn't playing very well with that rookie quarterback. I mean, he's had some good games with him. He's playing with a lot of rookies right now. A rookie quarterback, a rookie receiver, and a rookie running back.
Ty, what do you think?
Wow. Cletus is a student of the film. I don't think Cletus is real familiar with Cleveland, which I think definitely works in Cleveland's favor. But I know for a fact that Cletus has of late been watching Cleveland's gameplay.
Hey, that's enough.
Yeah, it's possible Cleveland could beat Cletus, but I would need to see when they get closer to that time, how they're both going into the playoffs. Right now, I can't make a decision on that, but I can say that I think Cleveland does have the potential to beat Cletus.
Yeah. I know, and that's why I said the playoffs started today. What about the Raiders beating the Titans? We all agreed that the Raiders would beat the Titans?
Yeah.
And then if that was to be the case, let's just say we give Cleveland the edge. That would then put Jacksonville and Cleveland and the Pats and Raiders. How does that pan out?
It'd be me and Cleveland in the championship.
So you're telling me you think Jags beat the Browns? I mean, Jags lose to the Browns?
Yeah.
No, I don't see that. That guy's good, but I don't see that.
Have you watched any Cleveland games? I'm just curious.
I've watched.
He loved the corner route.
He
loved the corner route. He loved the C route. And Jacksonville adjusted that. That's his bailout route is the C route. Corner strike play with the running back on the table route and the two guys on the corner and then the tight end or the slot and going across the middle. That's how you know that we'll adjust to that quick.
Mm-hmm.
That's his bailout play. I don't think that's enough to beat Jacksonville. I noticed that the Ravens. If the Ravens could have stopped that play, he would have won that game. I mean, of course, he put up more points, but if he would have been able to stop that play, he could have beat the Browns. I don't see the Browns beating the Jags. And then do you beat the Raiders strong? Honestly?
Oh yeah. We've had some really close games, but the way I'm playing right now, I can beat the Raiders.
Ty, you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. As long as I've known Raiders is always going to bring a top level defense to the table. I think where Raiders gets in trouble is Raiders. I don't see him being able to manufacture points in bunches, and I think when you play strong, you got to be able to put up points. You're not going to necessarily hold strong down to a 17-10 type game. It's rare, so you got to put up points. That's where I think Raiders has had some problems in the past. So I would say strong right now.
Okay. I mean, I went against the Raiders, and he called me out on it. I'm gonna go Raiders. I'm gonna go with the upset. I mean, Strong, you are playing at a high level, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you've been playing at a high level. The consistently, especially after we beat you up them last 5 games of the season.
Yeah.
What type of team is going into that playoffs? But we said like if it started today, so it's all speculation. And then on the NFC side, we have myself at 1, Redskins at 2, Rams at 3, Green Bay 4, Saints at 5, and Seahawks at 6. So that would put the Rams and Seahawks in round 1, and Green Bay and the Saints. How do you see that panning out, Ty?
Which game?
Rams and Seahawks. We go Seahawks.
I go. Son, if he plays, he isn't a slouch, but Boone's got a nice formula. It's simple, but he gets it done. I go Seahawks.
And then we got me too. I'm going Seahawks. I think he beats the Rams every time. Then we got Saints and Green Bay.
Saints is close, and he's a sleeper, but I think Paya has fantastic defense. Don't think he gets enough credit for his user. It's the same thing I said with WAP. The problem with those guys is, let's say Paya takes 10 shots and you 7. That sounds good, right? But if he hits 3, that's 21 points. And that's the problem when you play WAP or Paya. You might stop, 7 out of 10. But if WAP or Paya hit 3, that's 21 points. And both of them have great user, and now they get a pick 6. You're in a 28. That's a 28-point swing.
Yeah. I think that the Packers have too many tricks up their sleeves for the Saints that he hasn't seen. Because like you said, he'll keep taking shots. He'll take the shot. He'll keep taking it. You can stop it 100 times. 99 times. On that 100 times, he's still going to take that deep shot. And
right. So I go with Packers.
Yeah, me too. And then that would put me and Boone head to head, and WAP and Paya. And I think WAP beats Paya. And then me and Boone go either way.
Whew, that would be a tough one because they literally are damn near spitting images of each other.
Yeah.
They both have great user. They both have high-powered offenses. They both love the speed, deep outs and deep shots, and they're both going to take them. I think WAP has a little bit better running game. The one advantage I would give Paya is I think he's got a little bit more on offense if the deep shots aren't working. But to me, that's a pick 'em. I can't even pick that one. You know what? I'm going to go with WAP. Forget it. I'm going to go with WAP. WAP is more consistent, as good as Paya can be. If Paya gets rattled, if he gets pissed, if he gets frustrated, if something doesn't go his way and he gets quote unquote maddened, he unravels. And WAP is even keeled, and he's not gonna change how he plays, whether he's winning big, losing big, maddened, pissed off. I'm gonna go with WAP.
Yeah, me too. I think Packers, like you said, when he gets frustrated or something happens, he gets crazy and he starts throwing turnovers, and then he gets down by 2, and he starts cussing in the chat.
Yeah.
I think that game can come down to whoever the first pick. Whoever the first pick gonna lose that game. That's how that game gonna go. So
yeah. And then me and Boone 50-50, man. Like I can beat him this week and then lose some in the playoffs. He can beat me this week and lose the playoffs. So I think it's gonna be great. I think we got a lot of football left. A lot of things can change. A lot of guys are now fired up because of the show and the way we're talking different perspectives. I know the Jags were like, I'm playing great, and you guys still don't put me in the top 5.
No, he said that to you was strong because I put him in the top 5.
Yeah, I like him in the top 5. I like him in the top 5.
Wait a minute, Jags can't crack the top. Like Jags can't crack that.
Pat Strong said build over Jags, and I'm like, no, not in my opinion.
Like I said, I haven't seen him play in a while.
Yeah, I don't see that. But I mean, again, he's the same guy who didn't put you in his top 5, so or something like that, you know.
That's possible.
No, so it's just, you know, it's just all perspective, man. It's all perspective. Again, we got a lot of great football going. I seen a couple of decents earlier today. So I hope them guys figured that out. I think we had another great show. Any closing remarks before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Go ahead, Walt.
So when you want to play this game, man?
That's what my closing remark to you was. I was gonna say, if it's all right with you, I prefer to play tomorrow. I got some plans today, a little birthday celebrating I want to do, a little drinking. So if it's all right with you, I'd like to play tomorrow if it's all right.
Yeah, we can play tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks for being a special invited guest today, man. Number 1 currently in the AFC. Hopefully you can keep that undefeated streak going. Give us some last marks, man, from New England and as the Patriots owner.
I just look forward to going forward and continuing my streak, and hopefully I can finish out being undefeated, but I don't see that happening. I have some tough competition coming up between Cleveland.
You got to play Cletus again?
I play Cletus again. I play you. I play Ty. All within a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a battle.
All three of us plus Cleveland and Cletus again.
Plus, yep.
Right before the playoff.
So it's gonna make or break me going forward. But I'm just gonna keep on trying to do what I've been doing and taking advantage of where I can see fit.
Yeah, I think if you play like you just played Cletus, you could, because, you know, I know I'm gonna get a message. If you play like you played him again, you should be able to beat him again. Even though he's not gonna be the same guy.
Yeah,
I think we got 2 weeks left. Cletus is gonna make some crazy behind trade and get some star quarterback that we've never seen, or, you know, a third roster, you know, somebody, you know, he's gonna do something crazy. You know.
He can bring it, but as long as my defense continues the way it's been playing, he ain't gonna have it.
Cool. Well, again, thank you for coming out, Ty and Will. Man, I'm looking
guys.
forward to watching your game anytime. Strong. I'm gonna go with WAP over you in your game, Ty. Sorry, brother. I mean, you guys, you ain't putting the time in. You about to go celebrate, enjoy your birthday. So I gotta go with WAP.
It's fair. I mean, I'm 1-4. Like, forget the route. I mean, like, he's playing great football. Like, that's. I'm always WAP was fair, but I did have a closing comment. It's not about WAP. I know me and you've talked about this. I know WAP's talked about it. I know the league talks about it. Doing multiple shows in the week. Here's the one thing I'm going to say about that in my closing comments. Like, if you think of any TV show that you like or enjoy, whether it was The Wire or The Sopranos, if you got to see that show 2 and 3 times a week, it loses a little bit of the mystique. It loses a little bit of the luster. I like the anticipation of waiting for one weekly show toward the end of the week. I think it's the holidays coming up. It's not easy to do multiples of these in a week. You know, Gates, when I used to run it, that's why I stuck to one a week. It made it special. We can do it multiple times. I think it takes away from the show. If it's 2 and 3 times a week, that's just my opinion on it. I think it's better served once a week. You get a guest on, you get people talking about it all week, and you build it up. That's just me.
Yeah, I've noticed it's tough to try to do 3. I can't really do 3. I mean, at the most 2. But for me, I need just so much. Like, it's so much happening. I really don't have the time to prepare and run it like I want to. Because I don't want to just be up here freestyling it the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's been working, you know, I don't want to just come up here like, well, you know, just reaching. I'm just reaching. So, yeah, for sure, once a week, and I'll probably sprinkle in depending on if a lot going on. Just jump in, maybe do a recap in midweek or something. You know, just something real quick, something like that. But for sure, 1, man, I agree. But it's, you know, it's all. I'm just happy that it's, you know, doing this. And you guys are jumping on.
We'll go out.
Everybody's liking it. I mean, for me, man, the league is so much different. It's so much fun. I don't even play in my other leagues, really. Just take the force, but I don't even care, you know, because I'm so focused on USFL and just the show and everything that's happening. So I'm glad everybody's liking it. For my closing remarks, man, again, I appreciate everybody tuned in. The Owners Box USFL League. Boone, if you're watching, hit me up, man. I got something in these hands for you. You know what I'm saying?
I remember the meme. I like that. Yeah.
I got something. Hands for you. Nah, I'm teasing, man. Strong, man. You be out there. Be safe, man. I'm about to go deal with the snow myself, man. It's snowing here in Jersey. Something crazy.
I wish it was them in California, man.
Yeah, man. So this is Gates, man, with Ty, Wap, Pats, man, signing off the owner's box, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all, man. Catch y'all at the next one.
All right.